Hello viewers, this is MMMW Couples Hour. We are back again. We have brought wonderful couple to us. They have unique love stories. I tell you, you won't want to leave your seat. This is a show where we showcase working marriages. We are here to show the world that marriages are still working. And we thank God for the past episodes. Testimonies are coming in. This couple are brought here today that have come on the show. They are wonderful. Listening to their story will tell you that marriages are still working. I want you to celebrate with me and welcome specially on this show Pastor and Dr. Mrs. Gbenga Ologunebi. Ologunebi, God bless you.
Thank you very much. We are happy to be very here.
God
We are
bless
very happy to
you.
be here. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you very much. Do you know that I had to learn to pronounce your name? And it was at one event you had that someone actually explained the meaning of they now I call you Ologunebi before, but they've told me it's Ologunebi, which is you have medicine for poverty. Oh my
Yes.
God.
Hunger.
You've murdered
Antidote to hunger.
antidotes to hunger and poverty. Oh my God. Wow. I'm sure you are very rich and wealthy because that name is so powerful. We welcome you to this show. We are happy to have you and we say thank you, Pastor, for being here. We say happy wedding anniversary as well. We thank God for your life. It shall be stronger and sweeter in Jesus' name. You will celebrate many more decades together. In love, in unity, in peace and joy, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
You are welcome once again. Yes.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Viewers are waiting. They can't wait to listen to your story. You are still the number one that have sent me the most, the longest unique love story is the longest I've ever read. I didn't have to ask you any question further because it was already really comprehensive. No wonder you're a doctor. Anyway, then the pictures are beautiful. You should send me almost 50 pictures if I can count them one by one. I'm like, wow, I have enough. I can choose as I want. I want to say thank you very much for being passionate about your marriage, for being passionate about this show, because all you did for us actually showed that you are passionate and you are ready to share your unique love story. So let's start. I want to know how you met. Very interesting. If I need to start talking myself about how you met, I will tell everybody because you've told me everything. But the viewers are there also want to know. So tell me that day when Pastor was just after you. Tell us more.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I was coming from uni because I did my first degree at Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife. So great, yes. So I was coming from the uni. I was almost at my mother's office. So I was at the gate. And then this young man approached me. He was in the company of his friend. And it's like they were the other side of the road, but when they saw me, they crossed to this to my side. And he walked up to me, and that is my husband. He walked up to me and he said, "Shade," it's like, I just said, "I'm not Shade," and I said, "Your face looks so familiar. You look so much like Shade," and I said, oh, that got my attention. I said, "Who exactly looks like me that this man would mistake me for that person?" So I said, "Sorry, I'm not Shade," and I said, okay, what's your name?" I fell for it because I fell for it because I actually thought, it was later he told me that the way I was walking, so briskly, sharp, and he was thinking this lady is not going to wait. This one is not the usual person you will meet on the road and you will just want to chat them up. So he said he just got that inspiration to ask me if I was Shade, because it was like, that was exactly what caught my attention. I said, okay, my name is Dotun, and he said, may I know you? Where are you going? I said, that's my mother's office. I'm just going to visit my mom. I'm from the campus. He now said, I'm a Great Ife too, and Great Ife, there is this fraternity,
Yes,
anywhere you see Great
very
Ife,
true.
there's this thing. So that was what made me look at him. Actually, is from my alma mater, is from my university. So, and that was it. So he left me that day. He said, "So do you live locally?" I said, "Well, our house is around that area." I wasn't even thinking of, boyfriend, girlfriend, because I'm very comfortable with boys. I'm the only girl among 9 boys. So no boy
Wow.
can intimidate me. So I didn't see anything wrong in giving him my name and telling him where I live and so on and so forth. So, and that was it. That he just said, "You look beautiful. I like you," and I just said, "Okay, okay, okay." I left it at that. But the next thing, after a few weeks, he just started looking for accommodation, and he was
You're
living.
you're
He was
around your house. Oh my God.
he was living on the campus, and I was also on the campus. But I come home very frequently because of my mom. So, and the next thing I just saw him, he started looking for accommodation around our neighborhood, and the next thing I will see, just he got a box quarter, And I said,
Close
"Why
to
our
you.
neighborhood?" He said, "I like this neighborhood."
Let me ask Pastor. Pastor, what was going on in your mind? When you
Thank you,
said,
man.
when you saw her? Yeah, I wanted to know, what year were you in uni when you approached doctor?
Thank you, Sister Kemi. Actually, I was not really in the campus.
Okay.
It's outside the campus. We met
All right.
outside the campus,
Outside.
but yeah,
Mm.
outside the campus. But I I'm the kind of man that I don't like mixing to mix up with people. In my room, we are 26 in the
Wow.
room. Yes, we are 26 in the room. So I find it very, very uncomfortable. So I was in the town looking for accommodation. So I normally go to the town to eat. So I was coming with one of my friends. Then we saw this beautiful lady, and she was coming towards the other side of the road. I tell my friend that, look at this girl. See how she's walking. She's walking. That
Wow. Cat is
like she
walking.
go for the training. Then I just caught, the attention just caught me. I said, I'm going to meet this girl. Then when I got there, I didn't even know. It just come to my mind. Just there is no way to stop this girl than to tell her
You have
that
to create
she look
something.
like somebody. Because you see, when we men, when we see girls, um, what really come to our mind is how are we going to approach this
Capture.
girl? Yes, capture her. I see that she's a kind of girl that she's not a flamboyant girl that I can be merry-go-rounding or look for what
Mm.
to tell
You have
her.
to go
So
straight to the
yes, I
point.
just want to go straight. I said, "Hey, look, little girl, you look like Shadi." I said, "Oh, sorry, I'm not Shadi." I said, "Oh, sorry, what is your name?" Right in front of the church, right in front of the church. I said, "I'm not Shadi." "Okay, where are you heading to?" He said, "I'm going to my mom over there." I said, "Do you know why I'm here? I'm looking for accommodation around this place. I'm a product of Obafemi Awolowo University as well, but I'm looking for accommodation." That caught her attention. She's ready to help. Even till now,
Wow.
she's in she's she's always ready to help anybody that's in problem. That caught her attention that I should be able to help them. So she's ready to help me. I tell her my problem that I'm looking for accommodation. And since then, she gave me a number, I know her name, and she said, "This is my choice." So when I was looking for accommodation, she assisted me. And since then,
Wow.
we became a friend.
You became friends. Wow. For years you were friends because she told
For
you
for
she
like
wasn't
3 years.
interested. Yeah, she
For like
wasn't
3 years.
interested. Yeah, for 3 years you were friends. She was
Yes.
not interested in any intimate relationship or anything
Mm.
serious. Sir, uh at a point you got close to the family and you won everyone's heart. Was that deliberate? Because she was just a friend, but then you were free enough to ask the mom oh, I want your daughter to come and help me do this. Did they really trust you that much that they will release their daughter to go and help you, in doing some cooking while you're in the university? So
Uh,
can I say that you know what you're doing by,
Thank you, Sister Kelly. I can categorically tell you that everything is natural. I didn't plan for it. I
wow,
don't. She said we can't get closer than that
being
than being
friends?
a friend. So and I forgot. I just tried to bury it like that. I forgot everything about that. Then um everything was natural. I didn't think about let me persuade them or let me.
Mm,
I'm not trying to manipulate.
to get
I'm not trying
into
to
the heart of
manipulate.
the parents, okay.
Yes, I'm just doing my
You
own.
are just being yourself at that time.
Exactly, you are right, man. So I'm
Wonderful.
just being myself. So it is them. It's left for them to know exactly what I have in mind or what. But I own as a friend.
Wow. So, doctor, you know that you almost missed this man by trying to send him away and introduce someone else to him for him to. You see, she wrote me everything. Things are supposed to be asking now. So, tell us that story. How you want this man, to just leave you and just, date somebody else. I can even arrange someone for you. Stop disturbing me.
Not only
So,
one man, three of our friends,
she
three
was
of
giving you. She
three
kept
different friends.
she kept introducing her friends to you.
Yes, yes.
Wow. Doctor, what were you
Yes,
looking
sir.
for? Is it that you didn't have what you wanted in a man, or you were not ready? What was going on in your mind introducing your friend or friends,
Hmm.
even to someone trying to get close to you?
One, I had already taken him as a friend.
Okay.
So I put him in that category of a friend. And because then I was very comfortable around boys. Like I said, I grew up with boys. So I didn't see anything, I didn't see him as my husband or somebody I could marry. Although occasionally, though he will come, every day he comes to our house on a daily basis, every day. He will come, especially when anytime I was around, I left the campus to come and visit my mom. Because he was living in our neighborhood, he would always come to our house. So it was very close to my mom and my siblings. So and I just saw him as a friend, and we tell each other everything. We chat, we eat together, we go out, we watch movies, we do so many things. So I didn't see him as someone I would marry. So that was the reason why, and because occasionally we chip in, especially when I cook for him, he will say, "Now you are cooking for me now, eh?" If to say you say yes, now this your cooking will not be in vain. I said, I just want I just want to help you. I just want to cook for you.
Wow.
Stuff
And
like
now
that.
you are cooking for him
I've been
forever.
cooking since
Wow.
thank God for that.
You are still
So
cooking.
I'm still cooking. So I just said, okay, let me introduce one of my friends to you. So I introduced a friend. Some of my friends were even interested in him. But unfortunately, even the one I actually wanted him to really, really go out with, because I wasn't thinking of him as my husband. I saw him as my best friend. So I'm as my best friend because the person I was going
And
out with then,
you were not having any dream, or there was
no, no,
no
no, 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 no,
conviction.
no dream, no vision. Because I was going out with someone, he also was going out with a lady. So, and I
Okay.
said, you have a long relationship, continue with that one, let me continue with my. So, what he said, but from day one, he told me, said, this lady is not going to marry me. I have seen, it's like he saw a vision that wouldn't be his wife, but I don't know who his wife will be. So, I said, okay,
Wow.
let me introduce you to a very close friend of mine, and I match make them, and but he wasn't interested. The girl would go and visit him. It was not, he said his mind was telling him, don't touch this one because that is your wife. But he never
Mm,
told me anything. So
okay.
that was it. Some of my friends were interested in him, but all of them were
But
saying,
it
you are
didn't
too
work.
close. You guys are too close, that
Too
we were too
close.
close. That so I mean that was that game. It wasn't a game really, but I just wanted him to get happiness from someone else, and
Oh,
I was content to be his friend.
Pastor, now there was a day you got really angry. Like, is today today? You are like, Today, you give me the answer, or I just have to leave. I just have to waka. That is, I've waited long enough. 3 years of friendship, and you didn't want any other person. You wanted her. So tell us what happened that day. What made you to be agitated that this woman, you better answer me now or never. What happened that day, sir?
My God bless you, ma. Um, what really happened that day is when she was telling you now, she said, I have someone that I was dating then. So when the problem started with from that girl, the girl said that after my graduation, I will be a fresh graduate, and she's going to be a fresh graduate as well. That I won't be able to take care of her. From there, the girl hooked with another man, with a man.
Mm.
So, as a friend, she went there to beg the girl, to appeal to the girl that don't look down on this man. This man can be anything in the future.
With
But
somebody.
that girl answered her that I'm not ready to marry her, to marry him. I'm not ready to marry him. I won't marry him. Then, for your information, if I didn't release this man for any girl, there is no one to marry him. As she said, when you are not ready to marry him, why are you giving him problem? I've appealed to you. Everybody has appealed to you. You wait for the time, for God time. And she said, when you are not ready to marry him, leave him dead for another people to marry him. And the guy said, no, I'm not going to leave him now for any girl. And she came to me that this is what I brought from your face, that she's not ready to marry you and she's not ready to leave you for any other person.
Anybody.
Yes. So she tried her best for me. Then I said, if the case is like this, I told you initially that this guy is not going to marry me because I know the kind of lady
Person
she is.
she is.
But I just want to maintain the long relationship. The long relationship. I want to keep the long relationship. But actually, I told you that I love you. But can you ask what I'm looking for in this guy even more? What I'm looking for is in you than that girl. Now, I don't want to embarrass you. I don't want to intimidate you. You keep coming to my house every day. You keep coming to my house. You know, as a boy, I can be tempted. I don't want to offend you. I don't want to offend my God. Don't let me embarrass you. And from today, please, sister, we went to go and buy suya in the postgraduate hall. As we are coming, about to enter the bus, I'm going back to the town. And because she's staying in the campus, I said, let me tell you something.
You told the sister.
I told Sister Yemisi. Sister Yemisi was the intermediary woman
Between both of you.
I said, Sister Yemisi, let me tell you something. And from today, I don't want Sister Dotun to come to my house again because I can be tempted. Stop coming to my house. If you are not ready to marry me, please stop coming to my house.
And you were inseparable at that time, so it will be difficult.
She didn't believe me, man. She didn't believe me. She said, what are you talking about? What are you trying to make a drama or what? I said, this is
at that
not drama.
point, sir,
I
at that
mean
point.
it. And she knew that I mean it. So I entered when the bus came, I just entered the bus and go home. But there was a sister between.
That was Sister
that was
yes.
And now blended the whole situation. And
she said,
that's when doctor realized that this man really mean business.
Really mean the business, yes.
Wow. She took you through a long journey, sir.
Yeah. Actually, he told Sister Yemisi that Sister Yemisi should persuade me. And Sister Yemisi now came to me and Sister Yemisi said, this man is fed up with this going back and forth. He's fed up. And I said, well, what do you mean by being fed up? He said, and Sister Yemisi said, hey, Sister Dotun, please, don't, I mean, it's long. He's been coming here for almost 3 years. it's better you consider what is been saying to you, you know. And you know, when you don't take someone serious, you just feel, oh, they are just play acting, or they're just doing drama, you know. So, but that very night, you didn't go, you didn't enter the bus. That very night, you stood with me on the campus and you said you want to receive your answer now.
Yes. God bless you.
Yeah, you insisted that night, and until she said yes after 3 years of friendship. So, and God made it up to you. You got married fast enough after you said yes, because I don't know what courtship you wanted to go into again when you've been friends for 3 years. You've been cooking, helping him in sorting things out even before then. So you got married very, very quickly after after you accepted his proposal. That was really awesome. Congratulations once again. So let's move to early in marriage. Doctor, you've written so much differences. You've told me how different you are to pastor. And that takes me to this question. Incompatibility in marriage, does it really exist? Does it exist? When people say we are not compatible, does it exist at all with you and pastor being together with directly opposite temperament, personality, and you're together? Can you just tell us how you coped? You've been together as friends for 3 years, and now you are married. Let's now fast forward to when you got married. How did you cope? Were there any time you struggled with different personality in when you got married?
Definitely, Pastor. We because we were so close when we were friends. We were so close. I knew practically almost everything about him, and let me tell you, was the first man to even barge into my room. You know, it was so free in our house. He would enter any room. He would enter my mother's room. So we would eat together. That even his girlfriend then would complain that we will go out. The three of us will go out, but we will get our food together, eating from the same plate, while his girlfriend will be eating from another place. So there was nothing secret or nothing hidden between us. So getting into marriage, when you are friends, you accommodate so many things. So when we were getting into marriage, it was like two friends coming together. So not like we didn't date like you are I'm looking at you as my husband to be, and I'm looking at you as my wife to be, because that is when you begin to notice so many things, and then you begin to comport yourself. No, I have to behave like this, or I have to do like so. Because we were friends, so there was nothing hidden between us. We were, friends are always open. Friends can say anything to each other. So getting into marriage, there was some little bit of adjustment in the sense families are coming into it. So it's not just friendship. So you have your family to deal with. You have so many other things to deal with. And coming from a different background, I come from, like I've told you, so many, our backgrounds are like this. So the common thing is that we are Yorubas and we understand Yoruba culture. So which is a very, very good thing, because you are expected to do this, you are not expected to do that. But in terms of everything, in terms of food, in terms of diet, personality, outlook to life, temperament, we are complete opposites. And they always say opposites attract, of course, opposites. So we are like this. What is lacking, I have it. What I'm lacking, he has.
Complement each other.
We complement each other. We are not the same. If you're talking about compatibility, if you're thinking about someone marrying someone who is exactly like you will not be able to form this bond. Look at my hand. If you think, because it will just be like this, and it is not how God has intended it to be. So, but I always put a clause when it comes to compatibility. There are some key areas that I would not compromise with when it comes to compatibility. For instance, religion.
Yeah.
So I would not say because it can work. Let me go and marry someone of the opposite
Someone
religion.
from outside.
I don't want that kind of incompatibility. The Bible says, "Do not be unequally yoked
Fully yoked with unbeliever.
with
Yeah.
unbeliever." All right. So, and there's some values in life, certain things that you value. Core values that if this person, like for instance, now I value education a lot, and my husband knows I tend towards academics because that is me. So in getting together, when we married, we both had our first degrees, but immediately I wanted to do masters. After we had Mayowa, I wanted to do my masters. Mayowa was very young. He didn't stop me. He supported. He
Pushed
was
you to
always,
support.
encouraging me because he knew I valued that. That was my solid. That was my core value. So doing the masters, going for professional qualification here and there, it was, in fact, every of my exam, professional, especially the tough professional qualification exams I did, he will always drive me to class and to the exam hall. He will stay at the door, at the window, and be asking me, "Are you getting it? Are you writing it well? Are you doing it?"
Wow.
So, and he will be there as I'm coming up, be looking at my face, whether I was smiling or not, whether it was good or not. Then he would take me to Amala joint, to eat Amala, to cool down.
You developed love for Amala after you married him because
After I married him, of course,
yes,
I never ate Amala, pounded yam, nothing. Our house was basically pure English.
I initiated her to Amala.
you initiated her.
Well, swallow.
Swallow. Okay.
Yes, swallow. I initiated that to swallow.
So
Because yeah,
all
continue.
these things, like I was saying, compatibility in terms of values, you mustn't compromise that. For instance, if he wasn't the type to want to read much, he's more business inclined, but I'm more book inclined. So in case he wasn't ready to come to my side of academics, it would have been very, very difficult because it will make me unhappy. All right.
Mhm.
But he
So
agreed
you
with what
support each other. You
we
support
support each other.
each other.
Exactly. So that kind of compatibility is like, I know what she values and I'm ready to go for it. And I know what he values and I'm ready to support him. Then in other areas, what I lack, for instance, I am more administrative oriented. Like I do all the paperwork at home. He does all the
He's a
practical
practical person.
aspect at home. All right. So I am be praying, praying, praying. I can do long prayer time. He will say, "You just continue. God listens to you. Continue to pray." And now we
That,
do
that
some,
that 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 brings me to the next question. You said in your unique love story that daddy used to pray a lot for your marriage. And
mm.
your mindset, doctor, when you were coming to the marriage is that you believe that it must work.
Yeah.
You said it. And when I got to that point, I'm like, oh my God, what a mindset. Some people go into marriage already, they already prepare the escape route, even from the day one, that
Mm,
in case it doesn't work. And that's why you see many marriages not working. Because when
mm,
you go into marriage, you are focused on your relationship with your spouse and you believe God that God has brought you into this, then you are able to work together with your spouse without having any plan B. And that's
mm,
what you do. So it does not matter the difference between me and my spouse. We are together to make it work. That's awesome. But you said pastor used to pray and you used to laugh. What do you still need all these prayers? Pastor,
Thank
the
you,
impact of
thank you,
prayer.
Thank you,
Tell
Pastor.
me,
thank you, Pastor.
tell me why you used to pray early in marriage. God, let make this marriage work. Was there
Thank,
some signs that, oh, if I don't pray, just tell us why?
thank you, Pastor. God bless you, man.
Amen. Sir.
You see, the institution that we call marriage, I'm a sociologist by profession, so I know much about the family and marriage. So, um, saying yes or I
Mm,
do in
mm,
marriage is just a privilege. It's just the beginning of marriage.
Beginning. You're
It's
right,
just
sir.
um the first enemy immediately you say yes. the first enemy in marriage is devil. But devil cannot walk alone. He's going to use some people.
That's true.
He's going to use your family. He's going to use your friend, your co-worker, everybody that surrounded you. That is the instrument. You know, without tools, you cannot walk in any way.
That's true.
So devil cannot walk without tools. So those people that devil use is people that surrounded you in
That's
marriage.
true.
So now, before you can succeed in any marriage, you must know that you are going to
Into like a warfare.
establish a warfare. Because it's an institution that devil focus most
On.
in life. In life is the institution. He knows God loves marriage. God loves intimacy.
Yes.
So he focus on it. And you know that in Yoruba proverb says, "Tí ìlú ò bá dùn, bí ilé ò bá dùn, bí ìgbẹ́ nílùú rí." So
Maria.
If your house is
if
not sweet,
your house is not sweet,
it's not peaceful,
it's not peaceful.
everything else outside is useless.
It's
Inside,
useless.
it will not be
So
sweet. Yeah.
he knows, the devil knows that when your marriage work, your children will be good. When your children is good, the life continues.
Society is
The
good.
society will be good.
Legacy. Leave a good
So
legacy.
he will want to tamper with the root, which is the marriage. So now, when we got into our own marriage, I knew that this is focus of the devil. So I want the marriage to work.
Walk. Wow.
Why is the marriage work? I need to sacrifice. What is my sacrifice? I need to be endure.
Endure.
To endure. I need to endure.
You enjoy each other.
Literally.
Yeah,
I need to
Tolerate each other. Yeah.
I need to sacrifice. So I need we never go to bed with grudges in our mind.
Thank you very much.
I
You make
won't
this
allow that.
interview so easy for me because you just touch everywhere. You know, you've already touched that area, and I would have asked you, how do you now undo misunderstanding?
Misunderstanding.
When you used to pray at the beginning,
I used to pray
at the
in the
beginning,
beginning of the marriage, at the day one.
from day one,
I said this marriage must work. People say that there is crisis in but my own marriage will work until it must work. That must is there. That must is there. My wife is very tough. She's a tough woman because she's
doctor is tough.
doctor is very, very. She's a very, very tough woman. She's disciplined. She's very, very disciplined. But I knew that this marriage, I want it to work. Then I pray for it. I seriously pray for the marriage.
and I will be laughing.
And she will be laughing. Whenever we want to conclude our prayer, either in the night or not for 1 year, up to now, even yesterday, I still pray that this marriage must work. And I thank God. I thank God. Up to this now, as it was, so it is.
Wonderful. Sowing seed of prayers every day.
Every day,
for your marriage. For
even
your
marriage. If we are fighting, if we have crisis,
yes,
this
sir.
one, we don't have crisis, we have arguments. You know, it's bound to happen.
Yes, sir.
Normally, we normally have argument. At the end of the argument, I will tell her, this marriage, mommy, this marriage must work. I'm not going to. I can't give up. I will not give up. I'm not going anywhere. I will not go anywhere.
Yes,
you are
forever.
not going anywhere. Until Jesus come, we are not going anywhere. This is how we will spend our life. So
together.
either you want it or not, this is how we are going to spend our life. So
I'm loving this couple. You are both in it forever. There is no room for.
She's not going anywhere.
She's yours forever. Wow, I love it. There is no way you sow seed of prayer in your marriage every day that it must work, that it will not work? Where is the devil coming from?
But no
You
way.
should not be ignorant of the devices of the enemy. So you have actually, you are proactive, sir. You knew and you started, attacking all the problems, even the future ones. No wonder you are radiant together, looking beautiful after 26 years. It's unbelievable.
Thank you,
Wow.
man.
God bless you. Now let's go into your financial finance in marriage. Some people say joint account is what it means to be intimate. That if you have separate account, that means you are one, but on finance you are not one. Can you tell us how do you run yours, and is it true that husband and wife having separate account means they are not intimate, or they are not close, or they are not running in one mind?
Well, at the beginning, at the beginning, we never planned that we will be so transparent about money or that we will do everything together. But he laid the foundation. Or sometimes he will say, I laid the foundation. We don't know who laid the foundation, between us. But when we were friends, he used to do cocoa business. He was a student, but I told you he was always business
Business.
oriented. Yeah. So he would bring the cocoa money. The money was going to use to purchase cocoa. Sometimes 200,000 naira then, or 500,000 naira. He would bring it to my house, and I will put it under my foam. My bed. I will put the foam up and put it there, but I will not tell anyone. And then he will come back. I will give him the money just as he gave it to me, and he will say, "You don't even spend 100 naira or 1,000 naira something on yourself." I don't need it, because I grew up not with my father always taught us about the value of money and not to be money conscious. We were trained on the strict ministry diet, church Christian diet. So, and from there, I didn't know that that was touching him. I wasn't thinking of doing anything. I didn't see it as a big deal. I just felt I was keeping his money, his passbook. He will always keep his passbook then. They always do handwritten passbook.
Yeah.
He will keep his passbook with me. He will deposit it. As a friend, he will come to my house, drop his passbook with me. And if he wanted to take any money, he will come back to my house, take the passbook. He will say, "Dotun, I want some money," and he will go. So that was even when we were friends. So that by the time I don't know how we came to trust me that much with money. But his girlfriend then, he said, if this lady sees any money with me, he's going to spend it. So, and by the time we went into marriage, it was just so natural that nobody was hiding anything. All right? Because even up to today, do you know that the salary at work, I think it was last year they changed it because of some changes at work. A salary up to last year was paid into my account. All right,
Wow.
it will come straight, and nobody saw anything wrong in any. You don't sit down to even think my money. There is nobody that owns any money. There is
So
nobody's money.
money can come into your account and yours can be with him. So you run your finance together.
I run, yes. In fact, I'm the manager of the money at home.
Okay.
I'm the money manager, but everything about money, in fact, his card, my card, our children know the pin. There is no secret. Even those who live with us, who come to live with us, I give my card to them. I don't think about money, that someone is going to steal it never crosses my. So I give my card to anybody that lives with us. Everybody knows our pin. There is no secret about anything that has to do with money. So, there is not your money or my money. It is everybody's money is everybody, including if my children have any money. It is everybody's money. That's how we brought everybody.
I
It's
like
everybody's
that.
money.
So you are so transparent and you run your finance together and you manage it because you can manage the money, and anyone who needs anything, they pass through you. And that's really wonderful. So another question I would love to, I don't know whether Daddy has anything to talk about that finance. Do you have anything to say?
Oh,
In terms
thank you, ma.
of
Regarding to that, ma. Initially, I've texted her concerning money. The person I was going out with before, sincerely yours. Whenever I travel, I will come back to pay debts. Either for bra, for pants, for
Or
chain,
for hair.
everything. I know whenever I travel, my coming home is to clear debt. But when I knew doctor, when I met her, I tested. There is one thing that moved me most. Then I came home with almost getting to million. That was 1993 or 93, 1993. I brought some money going to 1 million naira. I was a produce buyer then. As I was a student, but at the same time, I was doing business as a produce buyer. So I was thinking that night that people knew that I was into produce. They can come to my house anytime. So where is the safest place to put this money? Because the father is a pastor. They knew that pastor didn't get money at home. So the best place to keep the money is with my friend, who the father is a pastor. So I carried the money in a backo bag. This Ghana must go. So it's very
Big.
a small domination. Very, we took the money with sack, big sack like this. So she kept it for me. Then I go for like 3 weeks. The money is with her. I go to farm with just to go and collect some goods I've bought before. So when I came back, I asked her, now I came back to collect the money, and she gave the money to me intact. Intact.
Yeah.
Then when
So you've
I said,
seen that she could manage money and you are safe with her.
in fact, that I'm saying, God bless you, man. That
You are
if
safe
I
with
should give those, I was
So you
watching her.
you want pastor to see all this and still leave you? No.
I was thinking that if for a woman to know that you brought this kind of money, and before you bring the money, she didn't ask for money. After you carry the money, she didn't ask for the money. After you left, she didn't ask for the money.
You didn't
After
ask
2
for
weeks, she didn't demand for any
money. Yeah,
money.
woman,
This
a good
I
and
told her
godly.
this thing. I told her about 2 weeks after that, do you believe that you are my wife?
Oh,
Yes.
wonderful.
So, when we got married now, there is no fear.
Because already the foundation has been laid.
There wasn't fear at all. So planning about how are we going to spend this? How are we
That's
going to
not an issue in your own marriage. That's not an issue
let
at
me
all.
tell you one thing, man. In marriage, if you want to have peace in your marriage, you must be not only very, very, very transparent.
Mm,
You must be transparent, man.
that is
So
true.
you must be transparent, unless you want problem. Because my own family is a family.
That's true.
Our own family is my family. Where we African, the best place that we spend our money on is on our family. So why should I hide it? There is no hidden. So if I want to give my mom money, I tell her, please. Not that there is no argument towards that. Mommy,
I'm even the one that will pay to Mama's account.
Yes, to Mama's account. Mama needs money.
That is how to know a healthy relationship. You are really,
exactly,
really doing
Mommy,
well.
let me tell you something. Tell me, your wife sent so amount to me yesterday, or before yesterday, or last week, or last month, without my
knowledge.
Wonderful. So another area I wanted to ask is both families, right from the beginning, they didn't object you marrying each other because already our family, they know you. So they also accepted her in your family.
Yes,
so,
as their daughter.
The beginning, when they first knew, they said Ijebu.
Said the only one is the only food Ijebu, and that is the one you marry.
The only good Ijebu, because
the only one Ijebu that is good among Ijebu, that is one you marry.
Sir, now
oh
I
my
want
God, you
I
know.
want to add to that there is another one Ijebu after you, and that is the one I married.
Ah, so
Because I'm
we have
also Ijesha.
we have
I'm
two Jebu.
Ijesha. Yes, so we
Ah,
have I'm Ijesha, I'm from Ilesha. So
ah,
and I'm married to Ijebu.
guys are going to hear.
Ipelesa. Wonderful. This is a wonderful couple. I'm
That's a
so
good.
much enjoying your relationship. It's so healthy. Your wife
Thank
said
you,
in
ma.
the love story that you talk about everything. There's
Everything.
no reservation. You've been friends from uni.
Mm.
And that, that uh togetherness as even OAU or IFE, that
Great
one
event.
alone before yes, that bond that the people that graduate from that school, that uni, the bond is so much that even now they still talk as if they were still in school. It's so wonderful. So let's talk about your social life, your sexual intimacy. You see, doctor, because daddy pray, but you told me that it's more romantic. What are those areas apart from prayers that you invest into your relationship that is making this relationship brilliant like this? Because the more you invest in your marriage, the better it becomes. And it is important that at some point you need to create time. So how do you create time for each other? I know you are very busy, and doctor is extra busy. So how do you create time to be together? Or does she just leave you and you are used to it? Please tell us the truth. How do you cope with your schedule, and how do you still have time to be together?
Me or doctor? Are you asking?
Sir, I'm asking Pastor now. How do you create time for each other?
Ah,
We want to know.
ma, let me tell you something. My wife is number one.
Hmm.
She's number one. If I want to go to work, she knew that I love my job, but I love my wife more than my job. I
Oh,
I love
this
my wife more than my job.
lovely.
There is not my wife first before the job. She knew I don't play with job because I'm a gesture man. I love
Hmm?
money. I can't beg. I can't borrow. I don't want to borrow.
Well,
I don't
as
want to
much
beg.
as you love your job, she comes first.
But she comes first.
Wow,
So
this is
whatever
love.
I can be doing in my life, there was an occasion
Hmm.
when I have a manager. My manager was having a meeting with me. My wife called. My phone was ringing, and my wife. I can see my wife there. Then I tell the manager, please, my wife is calling. He said, but we are having a meeting. I said, that woman sent me here.
Hmm.
And that
Hmm.
woman sent me here. If she didn't allow me to come here, I will not be useful to you. I will first attend to her, please. If you
Wow.
can't, I value her more than this job. She
Wow.
he allowed me to answer the call, but
I wish
I
men
teach
are
him sense.
listening to this.
He
I
was he
teach
was
him
he was
sense.
there at our 25th
I teach him sense
wedding
that day.
anniversary. That
That
day.
I value my wife more than anybody in this life. I
Wow.
told my mom one day, I said, Mom, I love you. But whatever the case may be, if I have money, I will buy car for my wife before you because she needs the car to run my family. My mother was very angry. But as time goes on, my mother said, what you told me that day, in fact, yeah, I didn't believe it, but I can see
Now
something
I
from it.
know.
Then
Wow.
I can't lie to you, Mom. My wife, before anything,
She
my
comes
wife.
first. How do you feel, doctor? How do you feel?
Well, uh, well, I just give God all the glory because to be factual, to be frank with you, everybody around me knows that they always say I'm very tough, I'm highly principled. In fact, I just have to look like this before my children start to do something, So they know the kind of mother they have. And the same thing, the same toughness, also comes into my marriage. I try as much as possible not to be as, I don't know why. Sometimes I don't believe I'm tough, but everybody just says that
You are strict. You are very
that
strict.
I'm a strict person, and I'm a disciplinarian. I'm highly principled. I'm high focused, and so on and so forth. But I just thank God for the kind of man He gave me, because Yoruba always say something that Alawada lo le soko osonu. You know that a social and jovial person will always be the best husband for the
So,
unsocial. Because
yeah.
I don't see myself as the social type. I love my space. I love to, most of it. I love to meditate. I love to. I'm more of an inner person than. So I'm not moved by my environment. But my husband is the opposite. He is very social,
So how
hospitable.
do you let me just quickly put this? How do you what ways do you now both of you unwind or both of you stay together? I still want to know, don't pastor make you the first? Anytime you call on him or you want him, is there?
Anytime.
Is there any special, occasion that you create, or any day, maybe dating out, eating out? Is there anything like that, or you just flow, both of you together?
Let me just occasionally, maybe once in a blue moon. All right. In fact, my children, or sometimes we will say, okay, let's just, that is once in a blue moon. But the thing is, we are always talking. That is the number one thing.
You communicate.
We communicate.
We communicate. At work, is always calling. When I'm busy, he's either sending text, or he can call me maybe, I don't know, maybe 20 times a day. And I'll be wondering, what's the problem?
Just to say I love you.
Oh my God.
Sorry, dear. I'm just calling, not for anything. Just to say, even yesterday, even the day before yesterday, I said, don't get fed up with me. I'm just calling you to say I love you.
Oh
So
my God.
anytime my
This
phone
is
rings,
awesome.
my children always say, okay, maybe people from the ministry, but they know when the phone rings, it's to be daddy. So everybody knows that it's we might not create that special time to say let's go out, and but we're always laughing, joking. Even when I want to be too serious, but because he's a jovial person, he will always create something to make me laugh. So as soon as he comes back from work, it continues throughout the night, in the morning, so there is no break. So that is why, for even saying we are creating every time is special. Even when I'm angry at him, because sometimes I get angry, I just go, just go. But he will still not leave me. He will make me angrier. He will not leave me. He will still come back. He will jump on top of me until I forget my anger.
You
So
forget
it's just a continuous.
So what can you say is your husband's love language? What does he respond to? If you want to really, really, make him happy, what do you do?
Relax kissing.
That's swallow.
No, kissing.
Oh,
he cannot, he wants, because he likes to kiss around the clock, and I don't have the time for round the clock. So
so once you can kiss,
it's fine. And then he loves I make him African. He's African. If he comes home and I cook a lot, but I know and he cooks a lot. But I know some special dishes like abula. Those specialty African specialty ogbono. I do some you won't find it on the internet. I have my special mix of soup that I do for him. So anytime he comes home and he opens the pot and he sees that, oh my God, he's over the moon. You just see him beaming from cheek to cheek, chin to chin.
It's good to know each other, to know what he or she loves.
Of course. So I know that he doesn't like English food at all. If you want to punish him, put English food on it,
Put salad and
African man. We don't compromise that.
No, we don't. Even at home, when sometimes I do my pounded yam, I eat it alone. They don't mind me. Well, I still make sure I go home regularly. Wow, this has been wonderful. We plan to spend less time, but our time is fast spent. I'm enjoying this wonderful couple. Is there any time that you because I remember in your story you said you've gone through some hard times together as well, maybe
Mm,
in terms of health, maybe
mm,
and you were together. So tell
mm.
us, you don't need to go into details, but tell us maybe one or two one instance where you faced tough time together as couple that it almost affects your relationship.
I wouldn't say there was any. We faced tough times, but it did not affect
Affect
our
Your
relationship
relationship in any way.
because for me, like he had his own way, the way he made up his mind about marriage. I made up his mind about staying through thick and thin.
Mm,
So I remember when he had hyperthyroidism for many months, and we did not know what was wrong with him. He was growing thinner and thinner, and he had to be. At the end of the day, we found a doctor. We went from one doctor to another in Nigeria, and he had to be operated. They said they were going to cut his throat, and they were going to remove the thyroid gland and so on and so forth. It was a tough, tough time for the
mm,
family, the extended family. At the end of the day, I stayed all through the operation room, and the Lord helped him because it was a 50-50. The doctor said he could die,
mm,
but by the grace of God, he lived and the operation was successful. It was tough because the extended families, everybody was involved because they thought it was going to lead to death. But God saw us through. And when I also had, between us, we've had 5 operations. I've had 3, he's
wow.
had, and every time it was, we've
You
always
are always together.
together. When I had a very terrible one that the doctors gave me 2 hours to leave, and they told him, they didn't tell me, they told him. In fact, while they were operating me, they called him into the operating room to see what was wrong in my tummy. So he always said to me that I know everything that goes on in your tummy, so you can't even do any. It was like God just redeemed me. So we both gone through that death valley of the shadow of death and come back to the glory of God.
Thank,
But it's
thank
not
you for that testimony because I wanted us to say this so that people will not just think in 26 years you've not gone through anything. It's always been, 5 operations together in a family.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
it's like, God has actually been faithful to you, to
mm,
both of you. And we thank God for your relationship. I want you to advise men, sir, because the determination you have for this marriage that you say this marriage must work. I want you to to talk to men how they it's exceptional, sir. The kind of mindset that you have from the beginning over your marriage. I want you to advise men in just 1 minute.
Okay, thank you, ma. The advice I want to give to all men that we must be very, very close to God. God handle marriage. We can't do anything ourselves. But I mentioned that we pray. I pray almost every day. Either my wife is there or not. I pray about how this marriage will stay, how it will work. Then going to I want we didn't mention something about children. Sometimes children, if you are not careful, can break your marriage because you have to
Mm,
go the same way with your wife, or wife go with the same way with the husband. Whenever there is diversification, when your husband goes straight and you go left, there will be distraction and there
that's
may
true.
be problem. Yes, there may be problem towards the children. So you have to go the same way in training your children. If there is any distraction, the marriage can collapse. So
Mm,
us that the first thing is God. The second one is sacrifice and forgiveness.
thank you very much. And you've made us to understand that your wife comes first even before the children.
Before anything, before I was with my wife before they came,
That is wonderful. And
and they
doctor,
never leave us and go.
it's true. They will soon leave, and
They
after
will
you
still
need,
leave and go.
you are right, sir. So, doctor, what
So,
advice do you have for wives out there?
I will say for women, before you go into marriage, I've always say it anytime I do women conference. know yourself, know who you are, value yourself, know what you stand for before you go into marriage. Because if you don't know yourself, marriage can redefine you. And once you are redefined, you will be dissatisfied. And once you are dissatisfied, you will not make your marriage work because you are not yourself again in marriage. So that is number one. Then number two, go into marriage with the thought that there is no alternative. Don't have a plan B in going to marriage. If it doesn't work, I can walk out. Pray. Pray as much as possible that your marriage will work, but you must make up your mind because God works with our mind. The Bible says, as a man thinketh,
so is he. Wow.
So, in short, that is just what I would say because of our time.
Thank you very much. We are so happy to have you on this show. Thank you very much. We've been blessed. I know I have so many other questions to ask, but because of our time, and there might be part two, so I might call on you some other time to come and answer the remaining questions we have for you. So far, you've been wonderful, and we wish you many, many more decades together in Jesus' name. Thank you very much for coming. We celebrate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Wow. This has been wonderful, wonderful time in God's presence and also on MMMW Couples Hour with Pastor and Dr. Ologunebi. This is awesome. When you see this couple, you know that they are committed, super committed to their relationship. There is no plan B. There is no alternative. All day from day one, they knew that it must work. They put everything it takes for this marriage to work. And we can see they just celebrated the 26th year wedding anniversary. So we thank God for them. And I know that my viewers have been able to pick one or two things that will work for them in their marriage as well. Thank you very much for being part of this. And I am coming next week by God's grace with another wonderful couple to come and share their unique love story. This is Pastor Kenny Ononpe.